this little diagram, simple, represents the mind. He says, now the mind isn't the brain, but we have to have an image. So this is what this is. This is your mind, the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and this is your body. Your body is a puppet of the mind. Your body will do what your mind tells it to do. And two parts of the mind here, the conscious mind, this is the part of the mind that we take in all of our knowledge, everything we learn from the outside world, from school, from our parents, everything we've heard through our senses. These represent the five senses, and this is how we make our decisions in life, by what we see, what we hear, what we smell, taste, touch. All of that is how we basically make decisions. And there's an error in that, because what we take in is what other people have taken in, and that can lead to living the same way that everyone else has lived their entire lives. And for the majority of people, 97% of people base their decisions on what they've been taught, what they've been told, what they've been told that has been planted into their subconscious mind their entire lives. And so that's what creates results. So if you want to change your results, you have got to change what you're planting into your subconscious mind, which is what we also call the emotional mind. That's why I have a little heart here. It's what we really emotionalize, what we internalize and plant into our subconscious mind over and over through repetition and through emotion that will actually change our behaviors, change our actions. And so you've got to look at the five senses as sensory, valuable. Like, they're for us to enjoy life, for us to enjoy the tea and the taste and the sights and everything around us, but they can really be crippling if we rely on advice from somebody who's telling you what to do financially, but hasn't created their own results, hasn't shown by their own results that they know what they're doing. You've got to stop taking advice, stop believing everything you've been told your whole life. And then when Bob saw that image, that was it. That's what cinched the deal. That was the end of his 10-year journey of that was it. That's what he needed to know, why he changed so fast. And then he went back and he's like, he changed because he actually listened. Now, when the man introduced this book to him in 1961, his name was Ray Stanford. When he introduced it to him, he didn't just say, read the book. He said, Napoleon Hill spent his entire life writing this book. It would do you good to spend your entire life reading it. So he took it to heart. He read it, and he read it, and he reread it, and he reread it, and he emotionalized it, he internalized it. Not only that, he got the condensed version of Earl Nightingale's records, and here he is in the 60s driving around to his cleaning jobs, listening to the condensed version of this, and just listen and read and listen and read and listen and read. Also, another thing which I'll send home with you is Ray told him to keep a goal card. Write your goal on a card and keep it with you. Carry it with you everywhere you go. A goal card is what you want to do, the amount you want. Make it a fixed amount with a date on there. Now, a lot of people have a negative belief in thinking money is my goal, but money is measurable. Money is your results on what is measurable, and money is to be used, not worshipped, but to be used as a tool for good. And so he taught, okay, what do you need? What do you want? He wrote on there, and his goal was to make $25,000 within 10 years. Well, he ended up doing a lot more than that, a lot quicker, and that's because he was thinking about prosperity and wealth. He was no longer thinking about debt. And that's one thing you'll hear him say over and over. You've got to stop thinking of debt, stop thinking about what you need, and start thinking about what you want in life. And he carried this around with him everywhere. He preached this. Carry your goal card, bring it out, remind yourself of this several times a day. And so I'm going to send this home with you. But as a reminder to you that this is something you'll want to do. Not just have it on your person, but have a goal card next to your computer. Have a goal card in a mirror. Have a goal card by your bedstand. Have something that's reminding you every day, because you've got all of these senses, everything you're taking in throughout your day. It's knocking that memory out, knocking the memory out. So you've got to remind yourself over and over what you're working for, what you're working toward. This is what I want. This is why I want it, and this is going to move your body, the puppet of the mind. This is going to move you into action when you're repeatedly telling yourself this over and over and over. And this is how this works. And so he actually wrote a book called "You Were Born Rich." And he talked about this. You were born rich. Everybody is born rich in potential, but not most people don't reach their potential because they're not taught it, or they choose not to. They choose to rely on their five senses of what they've heard. Well, the people around them telling them what to do, what not to do. Stay in your safe job. Do this or that. So he's like, nope. Everybody's born rich in potential. They're just a little short of cash. So how do we change this? Let's move into action. And that's why I moved into action too. This is why I decided to do this. I enrolled in his course that I teach now, Thinking into Results, because I was captivated, and so I enrolled, and it changed my own results just like that. Within 2 months, I was able to secure a job that I wanted.